Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel today. Today we're gonna be doing our budgeting for the month of June. I can't not believe it is June already. I feel like the year has passed by so fast. June is basically almost halfway mark, so that's crazy. I've also decided like I'm gonna probably change up my videos a little bit, so I'm no longer doing the weekly budgeting anymore. So I'm only gonna do a monthly budgeting, and I'm gonna do weekly stuffings, and I'm gonna do the budgeting on the side essentially. But we're gonna go ahead and get started with the month of June. So for the month of June, we don't have anything huge coming up, just to be very honest. I don't actually expect to be spending too much money, except that I think I have my Airbnb like due for my beach trip during this time, and then I also have to plan for my friend's bachelorette this month. So that is something that I will have to, start budgeting for, and I think I'll have to pay for a lot of things now. But also, her other friends will also help pay, which will be nice. But we obviously have our mortgage and car payment that's due in the beginning of the month. So those will be, I guess, the other few things that are coming up. But besides that, June is going to be a pretty quiet month for us because we don't really have much coming up. And then at the end of June, which is the July 4th week, we're actually going to head down to Florida with my parents for like a beach trip. So that'll be super fun, but that's what's going to happen. But so the month of June should be fairly quiet. With that being said, I did pre-fill some of this stuff, but I did want to make sure I have enough goals for this. So I did want to fully fund an extra car payment per usual. So it's an extra $1,000. So I want to make sure that we do that. And I need to start replenishing my month ahead because we used that last month for one of our weeks since we didn't get paid. In terms of other stuff, just small stuff, like I want to start replenishing date night because we did use up date night last month. So we really have nothing in our buffer or date night, so I want to make sure we have some of that. And then also start saving up for my portion of the bachelorette. Luckily, I never went on the friends trip that I had planned, so because of that, I am able to pull from that fund basically and make that fund into my bachelorette fund. But at the same time, I do need to save up for a little bit more of the bachelorette. It's gonna come out to about $950 per person. I just have to book everything, but I've calculated everything out. And then I think throughout the month of June, I'll also hopefully get some money from her friends that will fund the bachelorette as well. So in the month of June, I expect to have two incomes. So two different incomes from mine and my husband's twice. And so that's gonna be basically my income. I'll have two, and then my husband's income will have two. So the total for this will probably be around $1,300. And then if we look at our payments, it's pretty normal because we have the mortgage which is set, car payment, and HOA. And for a month ahead, my goal is to save about $500. If I can save a little bit more, I think that's great. But that comes out to a total of $4,420. So that means that after the fixed expenses, we should have about $8,600 to go towards the rest of our budgets. So I pre-wrote all this out because I did this on my digital planner, and I just want to go over it with you guys. But I think the first few categories are quite easy. So if we start with like the spending, that's pretty set every month, which is typically just 400 groceries, 400 for eating out, 40 for gas, and then 80 for my personal spending and my hubbies, as well as our date night. That's kind of what we've been doing this entire time, and it's worked well for us, and we'll probably keep it that way. For bills, 400 for utilities is standard. And then we decided to put about $50 into phone bill because I want to finish funding it or close to funding it for my portion of the phone bill, which is due in August. And again, we use Mint Mobile, so we pay a yearly plan, and it's about $240 because it's about $20 per month, and then plus tax and everything, it comes out to around $260, $270. So I just wanted to get close to funding it, so we're adding $450. And then the gym, we always do $40 because that's how much our gym costs. And then car insurance, I decided to put $100 because it's not due until September, but I want to make sure we're getting close to that. And then retirement, I always want to try to put at least $1,000 a month into that. And Terminex, we just got a treatment done in April, so our next one isn't until July, which is actually coming up. Yeah, so that one's coming up, but I already have the amount saved up, so this is for the next time, so I didn't need the rush. And then car payment, $1,000 for the month. Going to short term, I didn't feel like I needed to prioritize any of these stuff too much, so I ended up just putting like a little bit here and there, just kind of evenly spreading them out. And then for long term, I did focus on replenishing the new house fund, so I did add $500 in there, but we do have some CDs that are gonna be coming up, so we will probably invest a portion of that, but at the same time a portion of that will also be our new house fund essentially, and we probably will either put it back into our high yield or invest that, but that will be also where a lot of our new house fund is sitting. And then the other one that we really wanted to prioritize was meat, because again, if you haven't heard, we typically purchase a whole cow when we go and buy a beef, or sorry, we buy half a share of beef when we go to a farm. It's like a grass-fed, grass-finished farm, and we really enjoy it, and we just feel like it's a little bit better than going to the grocery store, but it is a lot of money. It's about $2,000 for half a share, so we want to save up for that because we want to get one either end of this year or beginning of next year. Yeah, and then for travel, our travel plans are kind of up in the air, so everything is kind of like not 100% sure about, so I didn't really save too much, but I did focus on an Asia trip. I don't know if this Asia trip is happening, but I figure I'd still continue saving up. And then obviously the French trip, which is my friend's bachelorette, and then the Italy trip is definitely happening, so I definitely want to focus on that. So that's why in parents I did put a significant amount. And then anniversary was another $500, because that one I'm really hoping at least we do like a small trip. I'm not sure if it's gonna be a huge trip, but that's why I did prioritize those. So out of all these buckets, I did save up at least a little bit in our travel. And then for the baby binder, I kind of just like, again, spread it out based on the amount of money I had left. And so if we add everything up, we should have around $13,000. If it's a little bit over, typically I'm okay with it, only because we typically get a little bit higher than this amount. So with that being said, let's just add everything up to make sure we did it correctly. So that's 400 plus 50 plus 40, nope, 40 plus 100 plus 1,000 plus 20 plus 1,000. So total for this is 2,610. This is 80 times 3 plus 20, nope, plus 40 plus 800. Okay, so then this one, I'm just gonna count out of 20. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we got 500 plus 50 plus 60 plus 80 plus, I think think this is 30. 60. 300 plus 20. So this is 1070. Okay, and then we've got this one's easy, 3,000. Then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 470. So the total is 470 plus 3,000 plus 1070 plus 350 plus 1080 plus 2610 plus 4420.64. So okay, so it's basically to the dot besides the 0.64, and that's perfectly fine. So we were able to budget it pretty well. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this, like just going over kind of like the priorities instead of going through everything one by one. But please let me know what you feel about this new format. Again, for our next video, it's actually gonna be a cash stuffing instead of like the regular weekly budgeting. I hope you guys like this. Yeah, comment down below how you guys feel about this. But I'm also trying to I'm gonna hope to add some new content to my channel, just to diversify a little bit. But I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.